Wait for me, world, wait for me.
People will think of, what's our business? What's our business? Well, you pivoted. Yeah. And I think that's a great question to bring to bear when we're looking at where are we at today? Yeah. What's our business coupled with what's our purpose? For the sake of what? For the sake of what do we exist? And that's not taking anything away from Simon Sinek when he asks why, but it's a little bit deeper dive on that. For the sake of what? Here's the why. For the sake of what? And that begins to be an interesting conversation point from a strategy development piece.
Well, and I think too, one of the last habits and high performing habits is to take courage. And you need to go a little deeper when you think about, why am I doing what I'm doing? And I always look at it this, and I always work with those people that I work with. I'm like, what is very most important to you in your life? And so why does your business exist? And when you get down to the core of it, you think about it right now, like as an entrepreneur, we're always fighting. We're always innovating. You have to innovate every 6 months, else you will die. You think of yourself, I'm in a cage with a lion and I'm fighting this lion and I'm like, okay, I got to get through this. And my why is like, okay, just my survival. But then I actually take the people that I work with a whole level deeper. And what if behind you, when you're in that cage with that lion, is your wife and kids? And you fight a little harder, you fight a little differently, you get a little bit more rowdy and you accomplish the thing. Sometimes you do, as you're doing that critical thinking, if you don't go deep and what are the roots, why are you doing what you're doing? It's easy to lose that critical perspective of like, why you need to exist. And I always ask them, why do you matter to the world? What if you were to go away? Who would it matter to? And once you think about that in this COVID situation, dude, we are going to have, Uber started in 2008, the last recession, DoorDash. And I mean, so many companies now that didn't exist started them because of out of necessity. Mm-hmm. And who on this call is going to be a leader and come up with new stuff that hasn't ever been thought of? But what is your real core? Like, why do you exist? Why do you matter? Who are you protecting? Who are you fighting for? I have that at the top of my journal every single time, what matters most to me. And that's become even more apparent during this season.
Yeah. Yeah. In your language, that's the unmovables. These are things that
non-negotiable.
Non-negotiables. They don't get touched.
Wait for me, world, wait for me.